how's it going? So today is Monday, February 3rd, and I just thought I would check in and give a brief overview of how my surgery went, my hospital stay in the last couple of days. So I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on Wednesday, January 29th, 2014 at the Ohio State University Medical Center in Columbus, Ohio. All in all, things went very well. I was first on the docket that day for surgery. So I arrived at the hospital around 4:30, checked in, got situated. Really, it's all a big blur to me at this point. So I got checked in. Apparently I brought too many things to the hospital because the little guy there seemed a little irritated that I had to get security to hold on to my iPad and stuff because I didn't have anybody there at the hospital with me. I didn't see the point of having somebody wait and whatnot. So anyway, I got that situated. I could just hear people discussing in the hallway. Well, she brought all this stuff. Well, she doesn't have anybody to hold it. Well, and I was like, whatever. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the first person who has, brought some extra things to the hospital with them. I just wanted to be extra prepared. So anyway, we got through that little issue. And then I was wheeled off to kind of the staging area for surgery. Right before it was time to put in the IV, I had to use the restroom, so I had to get up from the table and go to the restroom. I think it was just the nerves getting to me, maybe. But surprisingly, I was relatively calm. The nurse came in, put in my IV. The anesthesiologist came in, talked to me a little bit about what was going to happen. He gave me kind of an initial sedative or something. And then from that point, I was wheeled into the OR. And I barely remember anything. I remember the anesthesiologist coming up to me, doing something, taking my arm, lots of stuff going around me, and then bam, I don't remember anything. And so I guess, everything was fine. I don't even remember waking up in the recovery room. The next thing I actually remember, was waking up in my actual hospital room. At that point, I asked where my stuff was because they had made such a big deal about it earlier. So the nurse went and found my stuff. And my main thing that I was thinking of was I want my iPad so I can record this moment. So I did. It was like a 45-second video just to talk about the fact that I was really grateful and got through surgery okay and all of that stuff. So it was a nice little thing. So from then on, I was just super sleepy. So on day one, after the surgery, and I, once I woke up, sat up in bed. Obviously, at that point, I couldn't have anything by mouth, so I had like some swabs that I could use to keep my mouth moist and lip balm, that kind of thing. Lots of interruptions from the hospital staff, either taking blood or taking blood pressure or giving me medication or, whatever. So later in the afternoon, I got up and took a walk. Things were fine. I walked all the way through the end of the hallway and back. My little nurse student that was walking with me commented that, I was doing very well and was moving pretty quickly. At that point, I was still quite sleepy, quite groggy. And, my main objective was when could I get my catheter removed? Because I had this constant pressure like I needed to go to the bathroom, but obviously I didn't. And I think it was just the way the catheter was situated or whatever. But I, obviously wasn't able to have it taken out until the next day. So day 1, blur. Day 2, also pretty fast. So we're into Thursday now. And Thursday, again, no problems. The staff at the hospital were great. This is when I started to, was given some water, asked to drink some water, asked to drink something. I think they, tried to give me a little bit of we tried a lot of different things. Extremely nauseated. I couldn't really handle anything. I'd take a little sip of something, and although I didn't vomit, it certainly felt like I wanted to. So that was a struggle, and one of the comments that was made by the surgeon, not my surgeon, but another surgeon that was covering for mine, was that nausea is quite common with the VSG. So Thursday was a struggle in terms of just getting down liquids. It was hard. Outside of that, I felt fine. Pain was very manageable. I got up a couple of times and walked around for at least 15 minutes at a time. So really good. So again, towards the end of the day, I was really disappointed because I hadn't done more from a intake standpoint, meaning I hadn't gotten any protein shake down. I could barely eat any. The only thing I could kind of keep down was a little applesauce, in order to take some of the crushed up medicine and whatnot. I just had to kind of get through it. So day 2 was actually a little more of a struggle than day 1 in terms of just being able to take things in. So they prescribed for me some medication, some additional, like a different kind of anti-nausea medication, since what they had been giving me wasn't working very well. So we get into Thursday night, sleep just fine, get up Friday morning, or I said to myself, okay, Thursday night, Friday, it's going to be a rock star day. I'm going to work it out. I'm going to get it together. And it was. Friday was a great day. I got up and walked 3 or 4 times during the day at the hospital. And each time was at least 20 minutes, so I felt really good about that. I wasn't really getting in as much as I wanted to in terms of the protein shakes they gave me, but I think it's just because they were just really bad. They gave me every flavor they had, and I tried them and I watered them down, and I probably during the course of the day got in half of a drink. Applesauce, not a problem. Broth worked really well for me. And then I started drinking water as well. I was drinking more water. So I think, at that point it was just a matter of, hey, when am I going to be able to go home? So finally, and mind you, I had not seen my surgeon since the day I had the surgery. So it's Friday now. And I finally get to see my surgeon. She comes in, we talk briefly. We talk about the nausea, the different medication. I talk about how things are getting better. Pain, very manageable. And I was trying to kind of wean myself off of the pain pump. I didn't use it that much to begin with. So based on that conversation, based on how things were going, all likelihood I'd be going home on Saturday morning. And that's what I did. So got up, got showered, took a little walk, drank a little bit of a protein shake, took my meds with my applesauce, and all was good. So I was able to leave the hospital that morning and was home by 1. After I had made a couple of stops, was home by 1 o'clock. So all in all, very good. My experience was good. A very supportive staff, like I said. And, you know, it was not very traumatic at all, which is nice. So I got home and just relaxed. The liquid pain medicine is pretty hardcore stuff, so it kind of wipes me out. I started taking less and less once I got home, but also, or the frequency, and then I also took half as much as I needed, or half as much, basically. So again, fine. At home, I just tried to concentrate on that first day, trying to get in some liquids. I think the idea of getting in 80 grams of protein was a little bit daunting to me. I was just like, how am I going to do this? Especially since I'm not a big fan, at least at this point, of protein shakes. But obviously I know I'm going to have to have them. I'm going to have to supplement. So, not necessarily a rock star day in terms of liquids. On Saturday, my main objective is just to get liquids in, but from a protein standpoint, not the greatest. Yesterday was better, Sunday. I focused a little bit more. I got going first thing. I didn't let too much of the day go by before I had gotten in protein. So fairly early on, I had gotten half of my protein in. I put protein powder in my soup, and, I had some pureed beans, and, obviously some protein shakes, and trying to get the water in. And then today, Monday, going pretty well. Started out the day well. I think I got up this morning wanting to kind of piddle around and do stuff, and I wore myself out a little bit by the time noon came around. And also I was feeling a little bit of pain at my incision point, so I thought, okay, I need to back off a little bit and take it easy. I made myself a great soup for lunch. Took some roasted red pepper and some marinara sauce and chicken broth and a little milk, and made a little creamy roasted red pepper tomato soup. Delicious. Added some protein powder to it, and I'm all good. I've also discovered this protein water stuff at Walgreens. It's like a 4-ounce bottle. It comes in fruity flavors. It's not awful. You have it cold over some ice, maybe water it down a little bit. And 6 ounces of fluid, and you get 15 grams of protein, which is really good for me right now because it helps to supplement what I'm getting. So really the rest of this week is really just going to be about me kind of maneuvering through, figuring out how do I get the protein in, how do I get the liquids in, focusing on that. That's my main objective. I've decided that Wednesday, since that's the day I had my surgery, Wednesdays will be my official weigh-in day. I've kind of stepped on and off the scale a couple of times since I've been home. I expected that I would not see a loss at this point because I think I'm still retaining a lot of water. I mean, they pumped a bunch of fluid into me. So we'll just see how that goes. And, we'll take it from there. So this video is going to be a little bit long, so I am going to sign off now, and I will check in with you later. Thanks. Bye.